All right, let's talk about generative AI. We're going to completely reframe how you think about tools like ChatGPT. Forget just clever prompts. We're going to talk about turning this thing into a genuine partner in your work and, in your life.
So let me just start with a really direct question. Are you using AI wrong? I know, it's a bold question. But look, if you've been playing around with these tools and you're just not seeing those game-changing results everyone's hyping up, well, the answer is probably yes.
And here's the heart of the problem. Most of us, we treat these incredible new tools just like we treat an old one, like Google. We type in a question, we get an answer back, and we move on. And when you do that, nothing really changes, does it? Your workload is the same, your stress levels are the same, your evenings are just as crammed as they were before.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to break down the Google mistake. Then I'll introduce you to your new thinking partner. After that, we're going to explore this really powerful idea called the doorman fallacy. And finally, we'll see how it all comes together to help us with reclaiming human connection.
Okay, first up, the Google mistake. This is really about the fundamental misunderstanding of the technology that's holding pretty much all of us back. You see, the difference is actually pretty simple, but it is profound. Google is all about retrieval. It finds existing stuff on the internet that matches your words, and it brings you back a list of links. But generative AI, it's a creation engine. It doesn't find an answer, it actually builds a brand new one from scratch, just for you right in that moment. And if you stick with that old Google habit, well, it only gets you so far. Sure, you'll get some quick answers, maybe you'll learn a few cool prompts, but there's no real meaningful change to how you work or live. You're really just scratching the surface of what's possible. So, how do we get past that? How do we unlock the real power? Well, it all comes down to a shift in our perspective. It's time to stop seeing AI as just another tool and start treating it like your new thinking partner.
And this right here, this is the light bulb moment. Think about it. Forget the search box. Instead, imagine you have a $500 an hour expert consultant on call 24/7. Would you just ask them for quick facts? No way. You'd use their expertise for something much, much deeper. So how do you actually work with a consultant like this? Well, first, you explain your world. You give it context, then you share your constraints, your timeline, your budget, the rules you have to follow. Third, you show it what good looks like. Give it examples. And finally, and this is key, you ask it to do the work with you. It's not a command, it's a conversation, it's a collaboration. And what kind of work should you give this new partner? Oh, all the draining stuff. You know what I'm talking about. The repetitive tasks, the really complex workflows, the high-volume jobs that just numb your mind, and especially those error-prone processes that need crazy high accuracy. Let the AI be your second brain for all that. But, and this is a really crucial but, there's a trap here we absolutely have to avoid. There's a hidden cost to just automating everything blindly. And that brings us to something called the doorman fallacy. It highlights the one thing that AI can never, ever replace. So what in the world is the doorman fallacy? Well, it's this idea that we believe we're just making a simple smart tech upgrade. Like swapping out a human doorman for an automatic door. When in reality, we've accidentally removed a vital human function that we didn't even realize was so important. I mean, just think about it. An automatic door does exactly one thing. It opens. That's it. But a great doorman? Oh, they do so much more. They greet you by name. They recognize the regulars. Their very presence signals safety and status for the building. They create a real human sense of belonging. And we lose all of that when we only focus on the simple mechanical function. And this is the critical point. AI, it's the automatic door. It is fantastic at all the mechanical, repetitive tasks, but you are the doorman. Your job is the human connection. It's the warmth, the relationship building, the strategy, all the things a machine just can't do. Which leads us to our final and honestly the most important part of all this, reclaiming human connection. Because this is the real purpose of automating your work. It isn't just about being more efficient just for the sake of efficiency. When you let AI be the automatic door, when you give it all that draining work, what does it give back to you? It's not more spreadsheets. It's time and energy for connection, for making memories, for just being truly present with the people who matter most to you. I love this quote from Dr. Lior Weinstein. He said, AI can help us love each other better. It's just such a powerful and really hopeful way to think about this technology. The end goal isn't to optimize our calendar, it's to improve our relationships.
And that is the real takeaway here. This is not just about being more productive at your desk. It's about having the energy at the end of the day to give the absolute best of yourself to your family, to your friends, to your colleagues, instead of just giving them the leftovers. So I want you to look at your week, at all the things on your plate, and ask yourself this. What draining work are you going to give to your AI thinking partner so that you have more time and energy to be more human?